So today's topic is giving love and trying to make people happy. So I think for a lot of us right now, we are struggling with making family members happy. We have so many people at home, and perhaps we're struggling with that. And we feel that well, maybe the expectations are too much and we don't know how to deal with it. So today's topic is going to be giving love and understanding the difference between giving love and making everyone happy. Okay, so let's close our eyes. Connect the tongue to the palate. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. Be aware of our body. Let us pray to the Supreme God. Divine Father, Divine Mother, we thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for the ability to understand the difference between giving love and making everyone happy. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you in full faith. We thank you. Let us tell ourselves, I am the soul. I am not the emotions. I am not my expectations. I am not the expectations of others. I am the soul. Okay, gently open your eyes. So today's topic is giving love versus making everybody happy. So, sometimes we have expectations from a lot of people, and a lot of people have expectations of us, and we are trying to meet everybody's expectations, right? But we soon realize that that's not possible. My mother expects this, my father expects this, my boss expects this, my son expects this, blah, blah, blah. It's not possible. But one thing that you can do is you can give love to all of them. How do we give love? Really, we give love through the blessings that we do after the Twin Hearts meditation. When we bless our entire family, we bless our home, we bless our office, right? So what that does is that what happens is that slowly the expectations of people from you will begin to change once you start blessing them. Okay, so there is definitely a difference between loving and expectations, right? Let's, just like there is a difference between trying to keep everybody happy. Can you keep everyone happy? No, probably not. But you can definitely give love to everyone. And through the process of giving love over and over and over and over again, over many, many years, over many, many months, you may find that people are in general happier around you. People are in general kinder to you and have more reasonable expectations from you. And perhaps some people are also willing to help you with whatever expectations they have from you. You may also get better communication from people who have expectations from you. By doing what? By giving love. Okay. Now, love is not simply just blessing only. Blessing is one aspect of it. The other aspect of giving love is kind words, which sometimes I know some of us are not able to, convey kind love. But in that context, is also something that I want to mention about discipline. So let's say, for example, if our child is doing something that is wrong, or that is not good for them, then is it not our job as a parent to stop them? It is, right? So that's also part of love. So for some of you who are seeing me on the group, for example, and then you send me these messages on our groups, on our numbers, I think some of you get a very firm reply back from me. That's because during the meditation, we are in the love aspect. Okay. Other times we have to be in what is called the intelligent aspect. If we don't practice the intelligent aspect, then the messages that we get and the questions that we get will overwhelm our lives as well and make it difficult for us to rise up to all your expectations. Okay. So it's really not possible for me to rise up to the expectations of 400 people who have joined our groups. It is possible for me to give love to every person who is on this group and on our other groups, and to also do healing for all of you, because that's what I'm trained to do, and also for those of us who have done advanced pranic healing. In the advanced pranic healing book, towards the end, master talks about mass healing. So it's not like you can't practice. You can definitely practice mass healing if you have done advanced pranic healing. I have been specially trained to do that with Master Faith. She has a program called Applied Spiritual Technology, which happens in Manila, where we are specially trained to do mass healing and other kinds of healing. Healing for people who are on the verge of becoming terrorists or are terrorists. People, healing for fertility, healing entire parcels of land, healing entire buildings, healing entire homes. That doesn't mean that you can't do it without that training. It just means that I'm specially trained to do it. Okay, so just wanted to share that. And like I said, giving love and meeting everyone's expectations is two different things. Okay. Now, if you notice, again, I'll go back to the Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita. That's my favorite book, by the way. Krishna Bhagavan tells Arjun that you have to do what is right. You cannot manage everyone's expectations. If someone expects you to be, because you're their son, because you're their student, because you're the father, because you're the cousin, because you're the son-in-law. I mean, there are so many expectations, right? We're talking in the context of the Bhagavad Gita and in terms of Krishna talking to Arjun. So you have all these expectations from all these people. Now, guess what? You can't possibly make everybody happy. But what you can do is do what is right, do what is your job, do what you're supposed to do. And how do you do it? You do it with love. What does that mean? That means that when, for example, Krishna is actually, firing an arrow on somebody, he needs to be aware inside that he is doing this not out of malice, not out of any other revenge. He is doing this because that is his duty. Okay. So similarly, when a parent scolds a child, they are doing it out of duty. And you must, as a parent, do it. And if your parent is scolding you out of duty, then be aware it's not because they don't love you, it is because they love you. Discipline is a form of love. Because if we do not discipline our children, and if our parents have not yet disciplined us, we will be a liability to society. We will not be able to do simple things properly, like log in before 4 o'clock for a meditation, right? Okay. So simple things like that, because they make a big difference. I mean, we're trying to be loving and incorporate everyone who's joined late, who sent us a message at 4 p.m. saying, I want to join the meditation. We're trying our best. That's love. But there will come a time where we will have to cut it off and be like, listen, now we have to get on with our job. Okay. So again, I'm trying to put this into context, both in terms of handling this group, in terms of the Bhagavad Gita, in terms of parenting. Also, one more thing I'd like to suggest before we move on to the meditation is family ground rules. A lot of us don't have ground rules for our family. It's really important to have ground rules for the family, such as we will all eat together. Okay. For example, or dinner will be served at 7 o'clock. At latest, you can stretch it to 8, but beyond 9, there will be no dinner served, for example, or whatever time is dinner time in your family. These are called ground rules. And the reason why these rules are made is, again, it's a manifestation of love. The deeper you go into Master Cho's school, the more you will hear statements like, love equals discipline, equals schedule, equals a lot of other things. So love is emotional commitment, and emotional commitment comes from a schedule. If you have made a schedule, you need to stick with it. That is also love. Okay, why do I say that? Just think of the sun god. If the sun god does not rise at the same time, or at the appointed time every day, day after day, year after year, century after century, what will happen to the planet Earth? That is a manifestation of love. The sun god cannot get up one day and say, I'm not in the mood today, I'm not going to rise. Doesn't work. So the more love you want to give to people, the more of a schedule you must have for yourself and for whatever you need to do and what we need to do. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. And with that, we will start the next portion. Let's be aware of our crown. Let's be aware of our heart. Let's raise our hands in blessing position. Let's think of those people who have many expectations from us. Let us now bless them with love. Feel your heart. Feel your crown. Just bless them. Let's let the energy flow. Remember, love is something we can give everyone. Expectations is something that we get from everyone. But let's give love. so that the expectations that they have of us become more gentle, become more manageable, become more reasonable, so we can all live in happy harmony for the most part. Then, of course, there's karma and there's lessons to learn, which also can be solved by giving love. Why? Because the law of mercy and the law of forgiveness supersede the law of karma, according to Master Choe Sui, as given in Sutra 69 of the book, The Existence of God is Self-Evident. Open your heart, open your crown. Let's bless all the people who have expectations of us and all the people to whom we want to have better relationships with. Let's bless our children if they are indisciplined. Sometimes we also have parents who are indisciplined, not taking their medicine on time, not eating properly, eating food that is not good for them. That's also indiscipline in parents. And we have to gently and lovingly correct all of that. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. Okay, now let's bless our homes. Let's visualize our homes. Let's bless our homes with harmony, peace, and cooperation. Let's also visualize our workplace. Bless the workplace with the heart. Remember, the heart is also the secret to prosperity. Open your heart, bless the workplace. Now let's take the time to bless everyone who is affected by the COVID-19 virus, either at a personal level or because of a family member. Let's bless the entire planet Earth with the Buddha Kuan Yin. Bestow her compassionate, purifying light upon the planet Earth, onto every person, every being. May the Lords of Karma help us to learn our lesson with compassion, with love. Thank you for the divine guidance, to the angels of pranic healing, Arhatic yoga, to the angels of the planetary God, to the angels of the planet, to the angels of the solar system, the angels of the galaxy, the angels of the universe, the angels of the universes, and the seraphims, the cherubims, the thrones, the dominions, the virtues, the angels, the archangels, the principalities. May all the hierarchy of angels support us, help us, guide us, and help us to remain loving and disciplined at all times. Remember, discipline is also the secret to success at all levels.